Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over all the things that I love and the things that I don't exactly like about the all-new 2021 Lexus NX 300H, and then we're going to wrap things up with whether or not you should look into purchasing one. With all that being said, let's get into the video. As always, let's start things off from the front end perspective. First off, this paint color looks phenomenal. Absolutely love it. You guys can see here in the sunlight with the little metallic flake, just hits the spot. Now, absolutely love the LED lights here with the accent light that is just down below. It's the Lexus check mark right there. I think the whole cluster looks fantastic, and even though, right, this SUV has been out for quite some time, I still think to this day really distinctive, looks great. I like this accenting down here that goes down to the fog light. And then I know some people don't love Lexus's grille design. I think it looks really good, and I think this is a really nice proportion for the grille design. And then notice you got the camera there just down below the logo. I think that was pretty nicely integrated. And then I like how the logo has the blue accenting to let you know that this is a hybrid variant. But yeah, overall, I think the front end of it looks great. Now, obviously the crossbars there at the top, they add some functionality. Do they look cool? I don't know. I'll leave that up to you guys. Now, coming here to the side, wheels definitely look nice from a design perspective. Looks like a bunch of swords are like pointing to the center and holding the Lexus logo in place. I think that that is a pretty cool design touch. And then you guys know I'm actually a fan of plastic molding. I like the contrast that it creates because you've got the green and then you've got the black. And then coming to the mirror, you have that same contrast with the green on the top, got the chrome in the middle, and then you've got the black on the bottom with one of the cameras there and integrated into the mirror. And then I actually think chrome looks really good on this car. You guys know I'm not usually a fan of chrome, but I think the chrome accented with the green, I don't know, I think, or rather the green accented with the chrome, I think looks great. Hybrid badge, I don't know. I don't really care for like side badges. I'm never usually a fan. But coming here to the rear, I think the design looks great here. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Lexus's taillight design. I think they just always nail it, and how they have it blacked out there on the side, and also the black accenting here up above, and then all the parking sensors. I think this is interesting that they did these pieces right here because, well, we have the exhaust tip, which is sticking out of the bottom right there, but I mean, they still did that for design purposes. And then we've got the automated rear hatch. Storage space perspective, pretty good overall. Obviously the cargo cover does slightly get in the way, but I mean, you can remove it if you don't like it. There's little things that you pull out right there. I'm glad they have a rubber covering here. First aid kit, kind of a nice little thing. But yeah, I mean, it's not like super tall, but it's an okay amount of storage space back here. And then also I always love how you can lock from the rear. Most SUVs have that though nowadays. And so yeah, that's everything for that. So we'll head over here to this portion. Now, can you guys imagine if this one had the red interior, the green and the red? I mean, Christmas colors, but I'd love it. Anyways, this is something that I'm not as much of a fan of. So it's nice that they have the stitching in the leather here at the top, but I wish it was softer because look at the leather down here. It's kind of nice. And then just, I mean, come on. I don't know. I think they should just had some consistency all throughout with the materials. The wood trim looks pretty nice right there. And then I do like the look of the speakers for the sound system. Now, coming to the seats, I really like the seats. They're really nice from a material standpoint. Build quality is great. I like that stitching design there in the center portion. And then popping in, legroom is a little bit more on the cramped side. I'm 6 feet, if you guys are wondering. Headroom also, like, I'm barely fit back here. We've got some vents back here. I wish that you could obviously change the climate back here. Obviously, it's nice to have vents, but it would be cool if you also had your own zone here for the rear. But yeah, let's pop back out and head over to the front. I think I match. Look at this. I did not choose that on purpose. My shirt just happens to be like the same color. Anyways, here's the door panel on the front, and you guys can see again, same thing. So same complaint with the material use. This is all fine. Memory seat controls, that's great. And you guys can see the front seat here. I think it looks great from a design standpoint, and they're very comfortable. And then I actually really like the Lexus plaque right there. And let's pop in. I like the power button, how it's blue. And it actually has metallic flake in it. I don't know if it'll pop up onto camera. Not really, but it's got this nice sparkle to it in the sunlight. Love, 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 love the steering wheel. Really nice, like size. It's the perfect size. Smooth leather, just great. The center part of the steering wheel obviously kind of dates it. Looks a little bit more old school, I guess, but it's fine. Cruise control works great. This has the lane centering assistance, so it like steers for you. Works great. I used it on the highway several times. Absolutely love it. Paddle shifters, kind of useless with a CVT, but I mean, at least it has them, right? Gauge cluster, definitely a huge plus with this. I think the gauge cluster looks great from an aesthetic perspective. And then also when you go into the sport mode, I like how it changes to the RPMs. I think that that is a cool touch. So I think they did a good job there. Now, infotainment system. First off, let's pop it into reverse. So you've got a backup camera, you've got that bird's eye view. That's all fun and dandy, I suppose. But when you pop it into drive, it doesn't go to a front camera or anything, but you do have kind of like this 360 view. So I guess that's pretty cool. Now, the rest of the infotainment system, it's not a touchscreen. It is just a dial and a keypad. Lexus does have a touchscreen, so it'd be cool if they integrated this. They'll probably do that for the 2022 NX. But yeah, my only complaint with the infotainment system, it's not a touchscreen. It's pretty easy to use with the keypad, but it'd be nice to have both. Down here, this is all pretty cool. Now, I want to show you guys something. Hopefully this will work. The clock, I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. So it actually illuminates in white at nighttime when you have the lights on. Looks really good at night, actually. So I think that that's a cool feature, how they have the clock actually change with the illumination. The heated seats, cooled seats, all that stuff works great. Climate controls work great. Obviously it's the summertime, so I've only been using the cooled seats, but yeah, good job there. Has a CD player for you boomers. Anyways, down here, I think this is all great with like the drive mode select and all that. You get your full EV mode. This gets great gas mileage, by the way. And then notice we got the shifter right here. I think that's fine. It's pretty normal shifter. It's a keypad. This thing's weird. It's got a mirror. I never understood that. I don't like. If you work for Lexus and you can explain that, please, because we have mirrors on these. So I don't know. Center console's great. Now, one thing that's interesting is, and let me know if I'm not looking hard enough, but I haven't noticed a wireless phone charger. Like, there's a bunch of, you know, USB ports and everything, but I mean, it's $52,000, something like that, and there's no wireless phone charger. And then also on the dash here, I wish that they use nicer materials. Like, they use nice materials down here, and then on the far part, they switch material, just like on the top there. I don't know, I think that's a little bit of an oversight. And then the wood trim up there, pretty nice, but it looks tacked on. Like, that looks fine, that doesn't. Glove box, pretty nice. Decent amount of storage space, pretty normal. And then popping here to the top, we just have a regular sunroof, not a panoramic or anything like that. And yeah, that's all for the top. So I guess that we of course have to pop under the hood, which pop that. This is always fun. I still think it's funny that I wore a shirt that matches this completely by accident. So it actually looks pretty cool under the hood here. Obviously, I guess a slight complaint is the power figures. Now, this is obviously all about getting good gas mileage, so I understand why it doesn't have crazy power. But yeah, definitely not quick from an acceleration standpoint, but it does pretty good 0 to 20. And just once you get above like 20 miles an hour, then you can kind of feel it start to taper off. And then I guess the one thing I will mention is this doesn't have any more power or torque compared to the RAV4, which is obviously the sibling vehicle of this, and it's the luxury version that costs like $20,000 more. And so you'd think that it would have more power, you know, something more, because it's a lot more expensive. And then also, obviously a lot of manufacturers have been able to make regular torque converter automatics work with these hybrid systems, and so I'd like to see Lexus do that with this. I understand the benefits of a CVT and how it helps with getting better fuel economy, but I think that people buying this would be okay with giving up maybe, you know, just a little bit of fuel economy. And let me know if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I will accept it, but I think they'd be okay with giving up a little bit of fuel economy for having the driving dynamics of a regular torque converter automatic, and maybe just a little bit more power out of that. Now let's get into whether or not you should look into purchasing the all-new NX. So first off, from an exterior aesthetics perspective, you guys know I'm a huge fan of the styling. Interior-wise, it's very comfortable. The driver's seat area actually has a decent amount of space, tons of safety tech features. The seats are very comfortable. It's just a really nice SUV to drive around, and also the sound system's fantastic. I've been listening to jazz all week with this, and yeah, absolutely love it from a sound system perspective. And then driving wise, it gets great gas mileage, which is obviously a huge plus, but then obviously from the acceleration standpoint, not the quickest. And so if you're looking for something that gives you basically luxury car driving dynamics, feels really nice, has that luxury car look that Lexus gives you, has a really nice sound system, but then is also going to get really good fuel economy, then this is going to be the route to go. And it, again, is basically a luxury RAV4. I know that some people might be offended by me saying that, but I mean, it is what it is. Now let's kind of sum things up for our video, going over the things that I like and the things I don't exactly like about the Lexus NX Hybrid. And yeah, I'll see all of you in the next video.